Monica, you have any voice left?
Listen, y'all.
I can't hear you. You got a voice left?
Listen, we had to get Tyler out of here quickly because he might have blown out his voice on the Landry Shamet call, which was epic. Listen, selfishly, let me just take y'all inside my mind. Through 3 quarters, I was like, oh, so glad I don't have to do television tomorrow because they are making me look like idiots. This rust is real. And then the 4th quarter happens, which to me, and Han, we talked about this a little bit pregame, it indicated that veteran poise, that accountability one to another. Because as much as we'll talk about Jalen Brunson's 15-point 4th quarter and the 11-point run all by himself, Karl-Anthony Towns had 7 rebounds in that 4th quarter, right? Shamet, Bridges, each hitting 2 big threes in that one. OG Anunoby showing up defensively. The defense that Bridges and Shamet brought in the 4th quarter. And just the sheer will, y'all. Like, to me, it was a distinct moment to be like, not again, considering what we had happen last year at this same point.
That's exactly where I was going, Monica. It's what I first thing I think of when I saw Mikal Bridges is I go, like, do you remember last year, game 1? Like, it's now you know the other side. You understand it. You got to run through the tape. You and I talked about this afternoon about how do the Knicks remember what happened in game 1. So that came to your mind as well, didn't it? That all the Knicks had to do was stay in this thing. They had Christmas Day, remembering that. Cleveland blew that lead there. And, of course, the rest versus rust thing. The rust was shaking off. Yeah. And the lack of rest for Cleveland started to show late in that game, did it not?
That's it, right? We hear the nature of series. It's a long series. You got to get the 4 games. 7 games is a lot. But, guys, 4 quarters is a lot of basketball as well. And to your point, and Karl-Anthony Towns was just standing here, and I was messing with him because I'm like, bro, can you stop playing patty cake with Jared Allen, please? Anyway, but he said we was rusty. I said, I know. I'm watching. I can see y'all being rusty. But by the time they shook the rust off, because when you look at those 3-point numbers, they went 5 of 7 from 3 in the 4th quarter, and that's when it mattered the most. So by the time they shook off the rust, you're right, the fatigue started to show up for a Cavs squad that I thought was exceptional, particularly in making the Knicks pay as they chose to double-team James Harden throughout the course of the night.
Well, and Monica, as you were in the building and as you were sensing this comeback start to happen, I just think about the Detroit-Cleveland series. And I think about watching them, and as the series went on, trying to figure out who should the Knicks play? Who would be a better matchup for this Knicks team? And as the series went on, it got more and more confusing, and you couldn't figure out who would be the best team for the Knicks to play. As we sit now, after game 1, with home court advantage against the Cleveland Cavaliers, with this game at home, how much did home court matter? How much did the fans and the noise and the atmosphere matter in this game? Because it seemed like we're across the street and you could feel it. What was it like inside?
Novi, so I'm coming down the elevator from up our bird's eye view with some fans, and I'm just listening, right? They're like, you could feel it. Like, the stands were literally shaking. Like, they're talking each other off the ledge about, we still have time. And, like, you know, one of the phrases that I loved, and I'm just listening, it feels like we're a team of destiny. Like, those people are in this thing, y'all. Like, yes, the Knicks have an incredible celebrity role, and those are genuine fans, not just celebrities just trying to be seen. But as I go up to the rafters, all of these people in here, the city, genuine fans, I have not heard it as loud as we heard it during the course of the run. I can't wait for Tyler and I to edit our clip together because I'm sure you can hear the fans in it. That last 3-minute stretch of regulation, like, absolutely incredible. And I will add this to you guys. And I think a team that has more than one way to win is dangerous. But for all of the conversation about the new offense, and I take nothing away from the new offense, it was incredibly effective versus Atlanta and versus Philadelphia. I don't know about y'all, but that looked very much like the clutch player of the year decided that you were not going to take an L in this game, which is eerily similar to the offense of the past 2 seasons.
Alan made that exact point. Alan and Monica thinking the same thing. Monica, as always, great to have you with us, and we'll talk to you Thursday.
Not pass first, guys, but I know you want to talk about some defense first.
Yes, the defense in the 4th quarter and overtime was elite by the Knicks. Look at the ball pressure here by Mikal Bridges. Just goes right by that screen. Look at the communication. The Knicks are all locked in the right spot. Now, freeze it here. Watch Jalen Brunson. He's the guy I really want you to keep an eye on. The way he absolutely fights tooth and nail with every action that he's involved in. Good fight by Shamet getting over this one. Watch Jalen in this health position. He's got a shooter. He can't leave him. Quick show. He knows, I better get back to Merrill because he's a great 3-point shooter. Towns fights over. Look at Jalen here. Fighting to not let Merrill get open. That's really good team defense. Now you got the shot clock at 5. Now you got Bridges, one of the best one-on-one defenders in the league with his long arms, just pressures Harden. Harden has nowhere to go. 1 second on the shot clock. Great defense. Again, Jalen Brunson, 24-second violation. That is elite team defense. Everyone locked in. Everyone max effort. That's how the Knicks came back and won this game.
It is, and that was just a beautiful piece of it. The defense was one side of it. And obviously it was the late game adjustments and getting the right matchups. And so you look at some of these possessions late in the game, there were certain matchups that you could tell Jalen Brunson, Coach Brown wanted to see freeze it right there. There's a guy right here named James Harden who they're trying to feature. They're trying to go at, watch OG Anunoby right here as he sets this screen and he gets away and creates space. Look at the action. This is the matchup that you know Jalen Brunson, the clutch player of the year, the guy that has to have the ball in his hands, wants. OG does a great job of spacing, pulling Dean Wade out, and you just see right here.
Floor is wide open.
All the space in the world. And this is the guy, when you give him space and a matchup that he likes, this is what's going to happen. He goes to work, he gets in his bag, he gets his feet set. We've seen this time and time again. There's no one better in the league at scoring, not only in ISO situations, but late in games when it matters. He's shown it time and time again. And obviously, the last 7 minutes of this game, our guy Alan Hahn shared with me just a moment ago, 7 minutes left in this game, a 0.1% win probability. Let me just tell you right now, I hate to break news if you didn't see the game. That 0.1 came true. These New York Knicks, they found a way to get the win. It's pretty remarkable stuff. And Bill, back to you.
All right, Mike Brown, of course, former coach of the Cavs, 2 different stints as a head coach of the Cavs. His post-game comments presented by Chase.
I got to give my group credit. They've been resilient all year, and I don't know if I've seen that in a playoff game. I don't know if I've been a part of it. Maybe I have. But to be down 18, 19, 20, whatever we were down, and to find a way to come back and win. I mean, I take my hat off to my group. You know, Cleveland, they were shooting the ball well. They were turning us over. They were getting the ball in the pocket and taking advantage of us. And we just found a way. We found a group of 5 guys that went out there, ended up getting stops, and, you know, scoring the basketball. Landry Shamet was great. Landry Shamet was great on both ends of the floor. He came up big. You know, you're not going to stop a guy like Donovan Mitchell. You just got to make him work, and Landry tried like heck to make him work. He was fantastic. He was the difference in the ball game tonight on both ends of the floor. Mikal was great too. Mikal was great on both ends of the floor. Cat finally got going. He had a double-double, which was huge. We needed every rebound that he came up with. And then OG gave us a lot of versatility defensively and allowed us to do different things on that end of the floor. And as a team, you know, you combine the fourth quarter and overtime, and they score a total of 21 points. That's phenomenal, especially against that team. You know, our guys were really active defensively. We were 5 for 5 when it came to 50-50 balls. It was just a great defensive performance in the last quarter and overtime. So great win by our guys, and obviously we don't get it done if Jalen Brunson doesn't play like one of the MVP guys in the league. He was phenomenal. He did what he was supposed to do tonight.